morning, Daddy Chris from Srtv London. I want to say a very, very happy, successful month. You know, I like to see when we do this year, we finish a year. No, let's start with months because Nigerians now you celebrate everything. It's only in Nigeria you say Happy New Week, Happy New Day, Happy New Month, Happy New Year. So why not? We are used to celebrating. That is a good thing. It's the end of a successful month. I don't know whether the month is successful for you, but it is for me. All I know is today is the last day of the month of April. April is always a difficult month, but we skate through it and we're going to give glory to God for that. We all in Nigeria will always give glory to God. I hope one day that we will know that God has given us the power to do some of the things we're supposed to do. But today, a lot is happening in the country. Just like before, the question is, when is this whole story going to change? The bad news again is there is fuel scarcity in Nigeria. For whatever reason, whoever is responsible for this, they need to be brought to book. Another striking headlines is that as we speak, the EFCC have not been able to lay their hands on some Nigerians who are responsible for the holding of the foreign exchange. Now, dollar or pounds were selling. Pounds was in particular 2,400 pounds or 25 at the point in time. And one was wondering, was it artificial? Because it has gone to 1.7 this morning. Now it's actually 1.6 because I just sent some money this morning. So the question is, who is responsible for it? Is it the government? Is it man-made? Who are those benefiting from our sweat? The government of Nigeria need to tell us. Sometimes you Nigerians don't ask questions. And that is why I brought a saying yesterday. I'm quoting you. I'm quoting the former Labour boss who became APC man and deviated. He was no more a comrade, but he's back to be a comrade. He said something yesterday and I want to repeat it. And I can't wait. I love the quote. If you refuse to live for something, you end up living for nothing. He said it in the other way. If you refuse to die for something, you will die for nothing. And I always believe that the evil happening in Nigeria, it's what I asked my people yesterday, is because righteous men are busy doing nothing. So we're going to look at all that and then bring another big question today. Edo State of all states has increased minimum wage. We're going to look at that closely. My question is it because they couldn't pay? Have they decided to pay now because there's election coming up? Or this is the good intention of the new of a dying governor because that governor is going. Of course, if you introduce it, it's not the one to face the repercussion. So somebody, the new governor cannot afford it. It doesn't concern Obaseki. Obaseki has carried the credit. He's gone. Well, let us know why the minimum wage in Nigeria is still what it is. Honestly, the federal government of Nigeria paying somebody 30,000 is a sin against humanity. And I hope that the president announcement of tomorrow, which is the May 1st, will bring some new light and bring some new hopes and put some smile on the faces of Nigerians. Well, that is what we are here to do today. And as usual, we'll be taking a look at the newspapers together. Abuja is set. I have a very beautiful young woman there. Hey, you're looking kinky.
Morning, Daddy Chris.
Morning. You see, I like to call you Deborah, but I know you people call yourself, what's the abbreviation? Debbie, right?
Yes, sir.
What you say is fine. How are you doing?
I'm very well, Daddy Chris. How are you doing? How is London?
London is cool. And Abuja, tell us a little bit what's going on. Little for information, London will be coming, just because I wear a jacket today doesn't mean it's hot. London is getting better. We are approaching summer. We are officially in spring. This is the time where everybody can go out naked here because we don't like the heat. We can't stand it. But I guess Abuja, you don't have that problem. But I guess the next problem you have in Abuja will be the weather. What is not weather, but the fuel? What is going on in your state, in your country, you are in the heart of the country? What is going on?
Daddy Chris, the fuel scarcity in Abuja is appalling. It's getting worse daily. As at yesterday, I saw a queue. I was thinking, okay, maybe the queue will reduce. But this morning, on my way coming to work, I found out that some people, in fact, what they do nowadays is they park their cars at the filling station. If they are not able to get fuel yesterday, they'll be able to get fuel this morning. If they're not able to get fuel this morning, they just leave their cars there parked and go to work. Then maybe when they come back, they still go back and queue until they'll be able to get floor. Now the situation is you have the money to pay for the floor, but they don't want to sell the floor to you. That is what is happening in Abuja. And secondly, there were two accidents yesterday. One was at Maraba, the other one was at Nyanya. The one at Nyanya was, I'll call it a ghastly motor accident, because coming to work this morning, if not that our driver was careful, he actually would have even bumped into that vehicle. They've not removed it from the road. And the one in Maraba, that one is a Coca-Cola truck that had an issue rather, and it has not been removed from the road since yesterday evening till this morning.
So anyway, let's start with the first scarcity because coming to the accident, I guess the road safety, they must be hearing us this morning. For an accident that happened, and if you leave it there, it will cause, it's a potential danger. In fact, it's a big hazard to road users. But let's look at the first scarcity. Debbie, what do you think is really responsible for this fuel scarcity? Because it's gone and it's bad, it's gone and it's bad. Now there's no more subsidies. We are now paying for it. Now, please tell us how much are we paying for fuel now in Nigeria? The average price. I mean the official rate, and what the black
The
market is.
official rate is 800 naira.
Okay, 800.
Yes.
And so the news now is that the black market must have, of course, Nigerians will take advantage of everything. So
The situation of Nigeria is that Nigerians, we are the faulters, because we tend to complain the government is doing this, the government is doing that. But every little slight space we see to increase or inflate any price, we jump at it. And just like as it is 800 naira now, okay, let's say you're a black marketer, why not add maybe 100 naira to get your own game back? But no, you add like 300 naira, 400 naira, and we still blame it back on the government. I say it is the government though that is causing all these high prices and the rest. Meanwhile, we too, we are supportive to the government by inflating ourselves. Just like Princess said the other day, she said we are poor people and we are still collecting from other poor people to make ourselves rich, and we are not getting rich. Then the rich are not even suffering this situation at all, because they just send their drivers, okay, go to the filling station, get this amount of fuel for me, and whatever the driver go and get, it does not bite the rich man. But the poor man, you know that this other person that is coming to buy from you too as well is a poor person. But instead of let's live in love, no, we don't live in love, we live in wickedness with one another. That is what
aye,
happened.
that is a big one. Don't you think it's because of the minimum wage? Because tomorrow is Workers' Day. I know all the workers in Nigeria will be looking out to what the president going to say. Edo State has come up with a good news, increase the minimum wage to 70,000, which is to me still an insult. You know what is minimum 70,000 naira? It's not up to £50. All right, today the pounds is 170,000 naira per the pound. If you divide that by 70, that is £50 would be two of it. £50 would be, in fact, it would be around £40. That's what a man gets for going to work from Monday till from on the first till the end of the month. That is what the government of Nigeria has agreed to pay. And don't you think that is responsible why people are out there hustling? Because if you have a good job and you're well paid, do you think you'll really be out there looking to how to buy fuel and resell and begin to become a nuisance to the society?
No, no, no. Daddy Chris, I understand your point of view that if the minimum wage is is sufficient enough for we as citizens of this country, most of us would not embark on this inflation of prices, more especially the market women that have to inflate their prices because of their transportation costs and the rest, or the people that are selling fuel by the roadside, they would not inflate their prices. But then again, I would still say Nigerians love advantages. Once you give them a little space for an inflation, they hike the price too very, very much.
Well, people, today we're going to take a look again at a very striking topic in my time. In the course of this broadcast, I always say in my time, because I know these children they have long time to ahead of them. But in my time, I want to say that one of the biggest shame of our time is the minimum wage in Nigeria. It doesn't make any sense. It is not excusable anywhere in the world that people get paid in Nigeria. Nigerians are getting lesser paid. Government, a country that is said to be so rich that have oil, gets the wages is worse than any other African country. I don't know any other African country that pay less than $80 or $50 or £50 in a month. Nigeria is paying less than 40. In fact, let's if we can get to 70,000, that we're still paying less than 40. As it is now, for you to pay 30,000, which is the minimum wage Nigeria is talking about, 30 divided by, let's give Nigeria some benefit, say 180, divide by 30. If you do that, you find out that we're getting less than 20 pounds in a month. 20 pounds. It's not enough for somebody to have a decent meal. If you go to a restaurant and eat in London, you must pay a minimum of 80, 70 pounds. So that money is not enough to feed somebody in London. It's what you pay somebody as wage in Nigeria. Now, I'm not going to compare it over. I'm not going to do all the comparison because it's two different countries. Of course, our rent here, our lifestyle here, a little bit more expensive. I give credit to that. But what can somebody living in Abuja, now let's look at Nigerian situation, do with 30,000 naira, or maybe let's come back to 70,000. I just want to analyze why people are stealing. Now, if my rent in Abuja, I'm a young graduate and I rent a 1-bedroom, ideally, anybody that is graduated should get a 1-bedroom flat. To get that rent in Abuja, I'm talking of your rent alone, would be minimum of 1 million naira. Are we right? Okay, I really want to know that. Let's do some arithmetic before we go into the papers this morning. So what is the minimum rent today in Abuja?
It depends on the area you want to stay. If you want to stay in Yanya axis or you want to stay in Mitama axis, it depends on the axis you want to stay in.
How can you go to Matama axis? Matama is not for the rich people. I want to go to Asokoro and stay.
There are some rich youths, so you don't know. You never can tell. There are some rich youths.
Okay, all right. You're right.
So,
You're right.
in the Yanya axis, a self-con is 200, 300,000. Then if you're going for a one room, you should be preparing yourself for 500, 600,000. But it depends on the area in Yanya. Yes.
Okay.
How
will you grade Yanya? Is it the rich area in Abuja or the poor area?
Okay, we say we have the rich and the poor in Nigeria, so I will grade it as the poor area. Although I've said the middle people, like you're not rich, not
the
poor,
average. Before we do that, let's quickly add Edo to this broadcast. Just Edo people, these two people, I bet Mona address, Mona separates more. Which one you can't join? You won't marry the girl for today. Big man, welcome.
Good morning, sir. Today not Saturday, so no ceremony. We're not doing anything yet.
Okay. I thought the marriage should be on Saturday. That's a good one. Anyway, welcome to the show. Good news coming from Edo. We learned that your governor has increased minimum wage. We could leave the first. Let's solve this our problem. Because when we see Edo, we're going to go back to the minimum wage immediately. But let's talk about what we're saying in Abuja. So if the average rent, say in Yanya, we're going to say Yanya, is 500 and something thousand. Let's put it at 600,000. So everybody can afford a 1-bedroom flat. So meaning with a 1-bedroom flat, with a salary of 30,000 times 12, if you multiply, I want you to do the arithmetic. Those people watching us can watch this. If you multiply
360,000.
Good. That is not enough to pay half of your rent in a year. Now, even if you receive 70,000 that we are celebrating in Edo State now, maybe rent in Edo might not be this much. But I want to ask them today, How much is a 1-bedroom flat? I want to just talk of housing because that is one of the basic things. You must have a place to put your head. Meaning a child, somebody working in Nigerian ministry is not entitled to marry. It's not entitled to eat well. It's not entitled to live well. So when I compare that, the reason I don't want to compare the wages in Nigeria to UK, I want to compare it to people to talk about the reality on ground. In situations like that, crime is inevitable. Disorderliness is inevitable. You can't avoid it.
That's true.
And the shameful thing is, which is another problem we're going to look at maybe tomorrow, is all your warehouse that were used for production, they turned them to churches. In fact, they are doing that in England, though. If you go to any warehouse now, in those days, this industrial spots in the UK, they turn most of them to churches by black people. Not Oyibo. Oyibo will go to their traditional church of Anglican or this thing. Once in a while, you see the old people there. But it is the same black people that carry the same religion they gave to them. Oh, they bring it here and they are taking over all the warehouses here. If you see where our church they go with the groove, the like said, you get one thing when God take create us. That groove is there in our body as black people. Anyway, Debbie, that is this thing. So if I have to receive 70,000 in Abuja, I cannot afford to live in Abuja. How does that make sense? Now, that why I said this is you didn't understand. People might say, how can you blame the government for what is going on the street now? When people are in that situation, when they see any small opportunity, they're going to earn small money and add to what they have. You understand? If I can buy fuel today and sell, I'll go out and do it. I have children to feed. I'm talking of a single person, not a man with a wife and a children. In Nigeria, you know, I would like to marry quick. And once we marry, you know, say, I will bele. Today, bele don't shoot out. And we say that God cause her. You don't care whether you fit take care of them or that God give you. Wife, when you go give bele, now God say, you give her bele. You know, sometimes we are very funny. We go, all of them, we don't pump on our wife, give the belly finish. Say, now God give you piki. Now God give you piki. Now you want her, now you pump the woman. Anyway, we'll go to that another day. Debbie, you understand? We always blame God. In fact, when we're supposed to take responsibility, we know they take responsibilities. We are supposed to be responsible for how many children we produce. The ones we can take care of is the one we're supposed to produce. So that you will not cause a problem, because when those children grow up, they don't even attack their parents. It's the innocent people in society that suffers it. That is the truth. And we are here today going through this difficult time and fuel scarcity all over the places. I always want to trace it to the society, because the disorderliness I can see here now. You see, anytime there's fuel scarcity, you know what interests me? Big thing interests me. Look at this. You know, the hardship. These are very good, peace-loving people, happy people. You just cause chaos in their life. And then, in fact, let's talk another thing: the productivity of the nation. Let's take a look at this. By the time people queue up, like you rightly said, they will spend part of the day to go and let's go back. Yeah, to buy fuel. So the other part of the day is to drive the car to work. Nigerians, is this the way to go? Until we address the issue of minimum wage, this issue will remain. Until we learn to take our children who refuse to go to school, we make sure they go to school, this issue will remain. Because if a child that goes to school, at least we have some basic education. Or when I say school here, you know, sometimes people don't understand what is school. For me, school, when I talk about school, I mean acquiring certain skills.
Yes.
Just to go to the formal university. A mechanic will not have time to queue for fuel. He has enough vehicles in his garage to fix and earn money. To queue for fuel is a waste of time for him. That's a mechanic. That's somebody that has a skill, that has been trained, that can contribute to society. You know one thing people underrate? In those days when we were growing up, they're supposed to learn carpentry. If you are a carpenter today, I know they call them furniture now. You know, you bought the galvanizer. But if you are a furniture
are making money nowadays.
Big money. And let's talk another thing. I can see the way you are dressed now. I know, as somebody who sold this suit for you, you understand, this nice dress. Money. Fashion designers, we call them tailor in those days. So Nigerians should place emphasis on growing the skills of our children. You understand? Education is important, and meaningful education. The one that is meaningful to us, not the one that you can't teach us. Sometimes we never get problem with psychology. We get people, we get advice from my family. They know how to. My father gave me all the psychological languages than the one I studied in school. At times they were saying things I was doing. My father would give me one parable. When I go look, I not go see am for school. So we have a family system that help us to deal with our mental problem. Our problem is giving us skills. So the education they should give us, not teach us too much history, give us skills that will take us out of poverty. And that is important. So let's go back to Edo is back with us now. Hello, Edo. Thank God you guys are back.
Sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
When I see two of you, I see minimum wage because as soon as I see minimum wage. So should we come? Let me congratulate you guys that your governor has done the needful, increase minimum wage to 70,000 naira. Is that good news? Will people in Edo start to live well now?
And that's a start, and at least we are going somewhere. That's a good start.
Agree. That's a start.
And besides, if it did not increase it, it will nobody will say anything. So now that they has added a little, like what they call
vanish it, vanish it.
Jara. Now that they have stopped it, it's good. It's good. At least it's better than the former amount it was before.
Yes. Obaseki, congratulations. But the question I want to ask, truly, guys, do you think Obaseki, because this is a very is it a coincidence? Because tomorrow is Workers' Day. Election is around the corner. Did he do it because it's Workers' Day, or did he do it because it's election and PDP need to win? Or did he do it because he knows that maybe if he cannot pay, he's no more going to be the governor to carry the trouble? Because most of the governors say, I cannot pay the minimum wage. So Abdullah is sleeping. So if you don't pay too much, he run. He don't pay, what he happen to the new governor? This Obaseki is a bad boy.
He's
a very smart man, Sha.
Yeah, he's smart.
Well, for me, Sha, for Obaseki, Governor Obaseki has always been somebody I admire from afar. For me, I've seen him. I see him as the best governor that Edo State have had over time. Sometimes when they say between him and Shomole, who will I choose? I don't know. I just look at both of them that they've done so well. The truth remains that Obaseki increasing it is not. I don't think it's necessarily because of the election. It's normal for us to think it that way, but yes. He has always have a dope people at heart. He's somebody that think of the people in a way that I don't think any other government or governor has done that. So is this increase? I think it is something that he really wants to do. The only thing is, what I don't know is if the next government, if it's not of the same party, will the next governor be willing to pay that amount? Because so far, I think in the whole of Nigeria, is really want to pay that minimum wage. So I don't know. That's the only area I'm not clear yet, because the election is just around the corner. What about if it's not the same party that will retain power?
Anyway, it will be difficult for any new governor to say, I don't want to pay the salary of the old governor, because I think the state will not accommodate him.
It will be failure at the start, yes.
I think the only thing he can do is to reduce it.
Yes. Either Obaseki has caused trouble for his predecessor, or Obaseki, have you caused trouble for because if he cannot pay, he's in trouble. He cannot say, I will not do it. If the governor feel bad, he must pay. So he must pay. But the question is it really difficult to pay this money? Because what I don't get is, with the amount of money they collect from the federal government monthly, and that goes to the productivities of this governor. Obaseki, Edo State, in fact, let's put it this way. I was having a row with my staff yesterday, and I was angry with them that if we not become productive, then how do we pay salary? Obaseki have human beings in the state that he can make them work and make money. The question I ask is, the work these people doing, are they not productive? Are they not bringing money to the state? Because why will I employ people if the people will not be productive? You understand? So maybe we should look at that too. And you know the language that comes to the productivities of the governor. The
That's true,
reason
sir.
governors cannot pay salaries is because they refuse to be productive. Now, if I don't
Yeah.
state, for instance, say we want to produce chicken, we want to start, in fact, we want to start a poultry farm in a massive scale, and that poultry, you now sell the chicken and it's bringing money. Would there be no money to pay salaries? Do we need to wait for
There
federal
should be
government
money.
before we pay salary?
No, not
No.
at all.
No.
So, so this is the problem. The reason the governors cannot pay salaries, or even Nigerian government cannot pay salaries, is because Nigerian government refuses to be productive. We have young people all over the places. You see youth corpers today in Nigeria. You know what we do with them? We send them to go and teach. You understand? A boy that studied maybe engineering, he will go and teach, wasting the talent of that child for a whole year.
Yeah.
But if Nigerian government can just set up a company or companies which will have the people to do and engage Nigerian youth, there will be no story as to no salary. Let me tell you one story, one thing that is happening in the UK. If I call now, I use a company called TalkTalk. That's my mobile phone, all right, my landline. That's what I use for the internet as well. If I call now, my customer service, you know, people that pick the call, they are in India. Sometimes they are in South Africa. Now, the cost of employing people to do that job in the UK is so high. So most of the company in the UK contract that job to other countries. All right? And they get for contract, let me say this now, for just a customer service, you receive the call on behalf of the company. Somebody call, hey, my telephone have problem, my this. So you help them by phone, guide them into it. If you do that job in the UK, it's minimum of £1,800. The government is not happy, the company is not happy. If you offer the company that you will do the job for £1,000, the whole job will come to Nigeria. £1,000 today, it's 1.8 million. Why is Nigerian government not taking advantage of all the graduates, all the youthful people, train them so that they can do customer services? Why? Now, if the government is not doing it,
That's
does
a
it stop
good
the state?
one.
Does not stop the state from doing it? Obaseki has been coming here. Most of them come here, they only come here to shine their shoes and go back. Do they come to ask what is obtainable here? Now, if India can take advantage of the job, no, Obaseki, you are a bad boy. That means they tell her, if India people can come here and take this job home, if South Africa can come here and take the job home, what is the Nigerian governors doing? What are the governors doing? Even when they come here, they don't listen to intellectuals. They listen to people that will praise them. I don't praise them. They don't like me. They don't need to like me. But the problem is they are not productive. And it boils down to why this fuel scarcity, the minimum wage is a problem. When you don't pay people well. Now, I'm going to ask this question before we go to the newspaper review. One another verse. Let me ask this. One big question. How much is the rent in Edo? One bedroom flat in Benin City?
Okay, it depends on
the area,
the location.
Yes.
You know, it ranges. I think the least you can get a bedroom flat should be from 300 and something thousand.
Yes.
So.
Yes. That's
300 and something thousand.
That should be about the least, irrespective of the area you.
Yeah. So let's put it on the average 400,000. So let's look at this. So even before, what we are talking now is if you earn 700,000 times 12, I bet Mona do the arithmetic. The money never even pay. When you pay that rent out, you are broke. If the rent we are celebrating, meaning a boy or a child, this is not the future of the country. No, that cannot happen. Meaning a young man that just graduated or that got a job and is getting that salary will not be able to get a bedroom flat for himself and feed and not think of marriage. Where he wants that money? Why would that child not commit crime? So now I'm going to just follow what this guy Nick is saying here. Nick is saying, but it's not good that at the point you are about to leave the power, you are increasing salary. Now I'm waiting the same can tell Obaseki. It's not me, that is Nick. Nick Praise. Nick Praise said that. That's what Nick is saying. Another comment here. They don't want us to make money. They feel we will have money, we will have power, and want to take power from them. You see the truth? That's it. They don't want us to make money. Because they think when we have money, we'll have the power. And when we have power, we want to take the power from them. Is that true?
That's true.
Anyway,
They feel we are going to collect the power from
That's
them when
true.
we have enough resources for ourselves.
so they impoverish us so that we
Yes.
remain where we are. So
Yes.
poverty is now a
Mm-hmm.
weapon that they use on us. We're going to answer that. We're going to ask them in the due time. Because the truth is, everybody, you see now, I'm loyal. Have you seen these politicians? Their boys. Their boys are always loyal. May they not take food from their mouth. You can't blame the boys. They are loyal. But that is how they manage to keep people in poverty and keep them quiet. Obaseki has some people loyal to him, not because they are truly loyal to him, but they are broke. If they got Obaseki, now how they want to eat tomorrow? Huh? But if the Obaseki is a bad boy, let's take a look at the
Well,
newspaper.
he-
Obaseki is a bad boy. Oh. He don't. He's a very bad boy. He don't already put in deputy. He don't pick her out. Obaseki, you get case to
now
answer
the
me.
Chris Obaseki is trying, Obaseki is really, really
I like
trying.
it. I like it. And Obaseki, your people love you. That is the thing.
He's really our guy.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
That was not speaking.
Yes, I don't speak it. So who am I to challenge her? But I'm challenging him on the totality that Obaseki, you are not productive. Then they challenge me on that one. And if somebody is working there, that your 70,000 cannot even afford the person a decent life. How do you want him to survive? So a young boy now cannot get married from salary. Which can't team with this now? Eh? I know some of this one.
So
No, be
the saying
sorry,
that goes that
eh?
in the
Sano,
kingdom of the blind,
eh?
yes,
Sir.
No, and they ask charity.
you know this
Charity.
saying that goes that in the kingdom of the blind,
Eh.
Sir, I can hear you.
No. Let's hear Shalom because I drew one question for you. Yes, Shalom, you were saying in the kingdom of
okay,
the blind.
they said in the kingdom of the blind, the one with one eye
Yes.
is king.
Yes.
So if you look at what is happening in those states, you will pray. I mean, not in those states, in Nigeria, you will praise
Yes.
Obaseki. You know,
Okay.
you will praise Obaseki because really he has done things that no other government has been able to do, especially when it comes to a building of a human capacity. There are a lot of young people today who can be sure of getting their daily bread because of the skills this government has given them opportunity to learn. You know, a lot of them right now can make shoes, they can make bags, they can sew, you know, when it comes to fashion, all manner, solar system installation and all of that. A lot of things that this government has made available for young people.
Yeah.
Really, if there's any governor that has come and worked with young people, Obaseki is that governor. You know, so much that if you go to a government house, you see young people everywhere and they are getting the job done. You know, when you look closely at Obaseki, you will find it difficult to even speak against him because he's really, really trying. He's really. I understand your point, at the Chris, that there are a lot of things that are not in place. There is no governor or government that will come and change this automatically. But the foundation that Obaseki is laying will go a long way to impact this state for years. You know, that's why I really, really, I'm not close to him,
Yes.
but I talk good of him because he has really, really done things that are beyond what other governors in the past have done. Yes, that's why I really talk good of him. Not that
No.
he has 100%. No, every government have their own lapses and all of that.
We all have
So
lapses.
far, he has been a good boy on my books.
Anyway, I'm going to follow this Obaseki story a little bit. But one interesting thing is this capital development. The I wish I cannot preach it better. I know, and this young man is saying Governor Basaki Abisent is saying Governor has done quite something. Only that the public is not so informed to, I believe. Not so informed. Okay. But if yes, maybe they need to tell us more of what he has done. Maybe Obaseki is guilty. How many times has Obaseki come to address the Edo people? Does he do that weekly to talk to us what he's doing, how his plan for us? Because how can you lead us if you don't tell us what you're doing? You know, one of the biggest quality of a leader is to communicate. You may have all the good plans in the world. If you don't tell me, How do I follow you? How do I even support you? It is not only the leader that is going to carry the burden. If a governor tell us, oh, if we all do this, we're going to see this, and we believe him, we will help him. But the only thing he needs to do is to communicate with us. Sometimes he don't even need the money. A leader will just tell us, if we gather this money, everybody donate 1,000 naira. In Edo State, if Obaseki convince us to donate 1,000, we will. Provided the money will be used to do this, our children's life will be better. We will contribute it. So there is no excuse. And I mean, when I talk about these leaders, people cannot understand why I'm angry with them. It's not even the things that they've not done, it's the thing they could have done. I know you are welcome back. I am talking, I'm saying something here. We need to quickly look at the newspapers together because we're almost 40 minutes into the show. But what I'm saying is this. By the time a leader, this guy accused us that maybe we are not informed. I said it's the duty of our governors, of our president to communicate with us. Of course, Tinubu is too old to come and talk to us weekly. He's tired. He's going to come on that day now to make it. Must the president speak really? President is supposed to talk to us daily. Go and look at America as old as he is. He talks to the press daily. And what I'm saying is, let me tell you one thing in Edo State, and let's look at a very good case here. See, if Obaseki tell us, say, I want everybody to drop to 2,000 naira today, that I want to create a system where there will be electricity for everybody in Edo State. Guess what? And it will take us 1 year, 2 years to do that. We will give Obaseki the money today. We will contribute that money today. So he doesn't even need to collect money from the federal government to get certain things done. We will contribute to the government to give us electricity. And we will still pay for it too. So this is what I'm saying now. If you come with a big ambition, say, okay, by this time, every house in Edo State, or I want to set up we have enough sun. So we're going to set up this solar system so that I can supply every area in Edo State. You understand? So you create every community, you create your solar station. I am sure this thing will not break the bank. And if they don't have enough money, we will contribute to it. How are we going to contribute to it if the governor doesn't tell us what to do? I will do my own solar. You will do your own solar. You know how many solar in Edo now? Go to houses in Edo.
That's
You have
true.
solar. It would have been cheaper if we put it
almost everywhere.
Almost everywhere. A lot of persons are even cutting for electricity now.
See, so it would have been cheaper if the government tell us, oh, don't do your own, that is why we are suffering. Come together, come with me. This is what I'm going to do for your community. I will create this solar for you. This is the charge we need. I will contribute this. They will still pay monthly, but you know how much you will raise. The government will be working. You say there's a governor that is working, not the one that sits in his where is the table of that office for Bini. They increase minimum wage to 70,000 naira. I say make they clap for him. Now, not be me, another person. Basically, you're a bad boy. But let's take a look at the newspaper. I don't say you don't want me to call you bad boy. Until I call you bad boy, they don't will tell you about the story. Let's take a look at the newspaper this morning. All right, so that we can jump on it. All right, where are we?
All right. The Punch. We always start with the Punch. So we're taking the Punch this morning.
All right.
Okay, the big headline says petrol hits 800 naira as 240 million liter vessels arrive. The rider says 5 tanker vessels uploading PMS at Lagos port. Independent marketers sell over 800 per liter. Black marketers charge 1,200 per liter. Motorists groan. Commuters lament rising transport fare. And that story is on page 20 of the Punch newspaper. On the top left, we have EFCC probes 1,146 frozen accounts for money laundering. That story is on page 2. We have another story. Federal government begins fresh bid rounds for oil blocks. That story is on page 30. We have customers panic as CBN bans OPay, PalmPay, and other new accounts. And that story is on page 20. We have another story that says Edo workers hail Obaseki over 70,000 naira minimum wage. And that story is on page 9 of the Punch newspaper. We have $2.4 billion forex claims vitigious, vitigious, says CBN.
Hmm.
We have
That's
1.4 million. That story is on page 37. And we have 1.4 million UTME candidates scored below 200. That's coming from JAM. And that story is on page 42. You have a story here that says Tinubu will end economic sabotage. Shetima tells African leaders. That story is on page 11. And the
I
last
don't
story
know.
we have on the Punch this morning, which is we read, says nurse accuses Lagos hospital of negligence over wife and son's death. Okay, that story is on page 20. That's all the stories we have on the Punch newspaper this morning.
Pathetic story. Pathetic. Pathetic. The only good news is the one of Obaseki. The one we've said it before. Obaseki, if you see the face there, Obaseki, hey, all hail Obaseki for 70,000 naira. Obaseki, when people like us
He's, he's a good boss, sir.
He's trying. He's trying.
yes, so
Let's
I would
give him his
Obaseki, your
flowers.
people are supporting you. So who am I to argue? I'll leave you at that. I'll leave the matter at that first. Leave it at that first. All right, let's leave it at that. It's so impressive to see what this is going to bring. But we'll keep watching. We'll keep watching. But basically, if you before you leave in the next few days that you want to leave office, you can do better. You know, you can actually become a productive governor. If it is once as the way you set this trouble down for the new governor, set up a production panel, a strategy for the new governor, so that when he come, he must produce. He must
Yeah.
become so the state must start to earn money, not to wait for money from the federal government. To start earning money. We'll come to that. You are the one that said dollar is going to rise to this. We are here now. So you are a smart man, you're an investment banker. The money you collect every day, you collect, you share, you collect, you go and do this, you collect, you go and do this, you collect, you go and pay salary. Collect some of the money, take and produce company for Edo State. Make Edo State they make money. That's what I'm saying to you. If you carry me go anywhere, I go open book for her. I know say people not go support me. And like my guys here never support me, they hear her. But my what I said to you. Anyway, let's come to this one. The one that is interesting for me is they said $2.4 billion in foreign exchange claim is fictitious. This is a very serious matter. You guys may not understand the details of all this, but those business people know. In those days, when we were about to go abroad to go and buy goods, you can raise your from M. They call it from M in Nigeria. Then they will give you dollars at the official rate. All right? Just in case you don't get it, this rate we are
Yeah.
talking about, the government rate is so low. Today, maybe dollar is 1,100 and something at the dollar rate of government rate. But in the black market, maybe 1.5. So if they
Yes.
give you that, they give you that peace of mind to go abroad and buy your goods and bring it in. Now, some people, they don't want to go anywhere. They will collect that money and come and sell it to us in black market. So meaning you can buy from the federal government at the official
And
rate
we sell
and come and sell to us. Exactly what you see now in the black market. Let's take a look at that. Today, people go to fuel, they buy from the filling station at the official rate, and they go into the street and what say what?
for 1,200
At a higher rate.
Yeah.
at a higher rate.
That is the kind of
Yeah.
agony the Nigerian financial sector is dealing with. Now, the central bank is telling us that 2.4 billion, that's not small money. It's a lie. Fictitious claim. That is fraud. Now, that fraud is bigger than the Yahoo boys we are beating every day. Nigeria is not for, but this
That's
is
true.
more. This is more than that. The government is paying deaf ear to it. EFCC is not pursuing that. EFCC is arresting those who are spraying money. They don't see these kind of criminals arrest. They never bring them to book. But I like another big headline we say here now because this is a very good line today, and I hope the EFCC is doing their job now. They are probing 1,146 accounts frozen. That is a tip on the iceberg. That nonsense with that. In fact, if they query Nigerians, if they query all our accounts in Nigeria, we all have a case to answer. You know, a Nigerian man will just
I
have 20
totally
billion, 20 billion in his account. We don't know how he get the money.
They'll tell you it's from Forex,
True,
sir.
true.
From forest, Abi, where they get that? You go show us.
This is forex
From Forex.
or Bitcoin.
If Nigeria want to
Bitcoin,
help
yes.
us, if Nigeria
Either
want to help
Bitcoin or
us,
Forex.
it's okay. If they can do that, it's fine. You know what we say? Where the government will hold you is that how much tax have you paid? Do you know every money you earn, you're supposed to pay tax? You understand? So the government can put everybody in Nigeria, almost everybody in prison. In fact, the Tinubu government can recover the whole money he needs to change the country if he just put the straight on the eye on the bank.
True.
If you have more than 20 million naira in your account, tell us how you get it. A simple law. We're not saying it's not your money. We just want to know how you get it and which tax you have paid on it. If we don't do that, this agony will remain. The poor will be dying. The rich will get richer. There's no country where that is obtainable in the world. Nowhere. Let's bring this guy back. Just the story concerning Jam. I stopped thinking about they were thinking there. We'll come to that, but it's really important. Let me bring this to this. So you can imagine the kind of agony we face as a people. Our problem is really solvable. It's simple. Because if you can operate what Nigeria is doing now, UK will be broke. If the system here is like that, because the government here, in fact, if I go to my account and I pay it today, £20,000, they will ask me, where did you get that money? It's not. They're not saying it's not my money. They just want to know how I get it. And if I'm getting it, then meaning I'm paying tax on it. So the government can feed. Because it's that money that the government is going to use to take care of the poor. Or to create something that will save me tomorrow. It's the same money that government will use to guarantee my security. So it is in our interest if the government succeed. So anybody that say, oh, government doesn't matter, it's a fool. I always use one instance. Let me put this now. I'm going to put this to Charity. Charity, I was going to ask you one question, but I'm coming to that. Because we're going to come to this Obaseki story. You know what will end the matter. Because I want to know the kind of guy when we talk to Charity, when Charity heart, if the guy know if he earn, enough he pay rent. You know, women, if you want no one piece, but enough he pay rent. I say if you enter the house, come meet your wife, you will know what he will tell you. Whether you be man or not, you will tell her that day. So I know David they listen. if your guy not be pay rent, that's not the continuous. Eh?
You know they poor people now. How you want to keep me for house if you know if pay rent?
You see the wahala?
You will find your way, though.
Obaseki and the governor, they make us wifeless. They take our wives away. We'll come to that. Anyway, so now come back to this story. It's a very sad situation we find ourselves. You understand? It's a sad situation. We can do better as a people. The country is so blessed. We are so blessed. And so I'm going to let our man go in there. Shalom. What do you really think is responsible for this attitude, this habit we have now? How can I know you want to? I don't want to bring Obaseki in again. So let me bring another Obaseki, because I was analyzing the financial structure, how they are using it against us. You understand? If you don't pay your tax, what I was trying to explain is, I may be able to buy a car, a good car. I mean, Nigeria. How many of us have good? Many people have good cars in Nigeria. You know what they don't have? They don't have good roads to drive the car. So your car is getting damaged every day because there's no good road. So the question I asked the rich man, if you can buy a good car, can you construct the road to drive the car? You need the government to construct the road so you can drive your car. So when the government say pay your tax, they're doing it for you, not for themselves. You understand? So for instance, now I can treat myself. I have money to treat myself in Nigeria. But when they are sick, they run abroad because the hospitals there cannot treat them well. So the question I ask them is, if you have money to pay for your hospital bills, do you have money to construct a hospital to treat yourself and your family? Oh, yeah, not. Create your own hospital. You know what we're doing now? This is the problem with Nigeria. If everybody's living, I'm alone, I can take care of myself. So you build your house. For security, you know the government security, you man fence. Because I never see any society where they man fence like they do for Nigeria. We don't get fence for UK like that. If you don't build us now, the fence is to do not the fence, so the fence go high.
You
You
in
you
fact you
you
defense
cannot even
before
see
you
what's
build your
happening.
house.
I mean, so
Now
you know
they
what?
will build
Exactly.
your before the house.
Unknowing to
You build
them,
the fence
they
before
don't
you
know
build
that
the house.
something the government would have done for them
First.
because the government was not able to do it. That's why they end up looking for security. If not, if the society is free, why do you need to even raise a fence? You don't need a fence. You understand? So the government, because we fail, the roads now, okay, let's do another one again. When you build your house in Nigeria, the next thing you do is water. Everybody have borehole. If the cost of creating all the boreholes in Nigeria, they put them together, we will have 5 bomb running in Nigeria today. So if a leader will come and say to us, no more boreholes, all the money on borehole should be used toward bringing Taiwan water to the homes. We all have water today. The money, whether we, it's either we give it to government or we use it ourselves. Because these basic things, we're going to need it. But we need a wisdom, a wise governor or a wise president or somebody who understand how to run a society to convince us that we need to give this money to government so that government will use the money for us. The reason I was saying that is, if that's why the UK government will see that you have such an amount of money, they will ask you, how did you get it? They're not trying to take it from you by force. They're trying to say this money, if you give it to us, it's what we're going to use to provide you water, good roads, security. You don't need to, I don't need to, I'm not afraid to go out in London. What am I afraid of? My door is open. Do you understand? If who be Roman come with me? I don't think like that. In fact, my shoe are never polished for some time because the street is okay. You understand? My car, in fact, would they see they blame the government for bad roads? Not to compare to the one of Baseki, one of the Baseki do for Bini. Come on.
Obaseki is doing well when it comes to roads, sir.
Oh, that don't
He's
start.
doing
That
so
don't
well.
start.
Lately, it's sir,
Daddy Chris, leave Edo people and Obaseki.
I think
Allah.
I
They'll be
think at
supporting
this
you.
point,
Over.
people will think
Ah,
no. At this point, people will think that the road construction that is going on in the state is because of the forthcoming election. No,
Okay.
there is a reason why they call Obaseki the wait and see governor. As we speak, myself and my friend were driving around town yesterday after office, and we were going through some roads that we used to know that were very bad. They were all tarred. You know why? This man, when he wants to construct the road, he even prefer them doing it at night, unlike other government that will block the whole road, frustrate the citizens and all of that. You know, so we're going through some places. We're taking note of several roads that have been done, and a lot are under construction as we speak now. It is easy for us to just think, oh, it is because of the forthcoming
election.
election. But for me, it is not just because of the election. I think let me say this at this point that the uh, the leaders of our country, the major problem I think we are facing in this country is not just I think it's wisdom problem. Like you were mentioning some things right now. You buy a good car, no good road to drive it. If our um, leaders we wake up to realize that most of the challenges we are facing today, if they should pay attention to them, we will have a lot of things that will be settled naturally. For instance, the issue of security.
Yes.
The issue of security. If people are no longer, if things are put in place, the issue of security will drastically,
It will die.
drop. It will die.
Yes.
When people are not hungry, when people
Yes.
find what they can do with their hands, you will see that a lot of things and sir,
You slow it down.
even before Baseki, a lot of things have really died down in those states. But Baseki's tenure made it very, very obvious, whereby a lot of young boys right now are busy with their hands. Right now, I'm a benefit of that. I can make shoes. I can do a lot of things because of the fact that I put myself to learn some of these skills when they came up. The truth is, if our leaders can sit down to just look at the problem that is facing the country and decide to just even if it's just to attend to it 30% for a start, let's say for their own tenure, it
Yes.
will be a start. It will be,
A step forward.
a step forward. It will be like, okay,
We're
people
making
will
progress.
see that. So for me, the problem of this country is not hard. It's just that people are too greedy, too self-centered. That's why I call it wisdom problem. If they will apply common sense, a lot of this issue will be curbed.
That's true.
People will wake up and see a better Nigeria. We don't need to have all the good, everything, perfect. No, but we can start from somewhere as little as, making lights available, making sure that food is available. I don't think it can take the government anything
Roads
to
are,
do these
are,
things.
are done.
Do you know that
It's not at
Obasa
this
just
point should be celebrating
Oba-
70,000 naira minimum wage.
exactly, and that is the thing that is disheartening my son. Sorry, Charlotte, this is what is disheartening. We shouldn't be celebrating 70,000 naira today. In my time, my gray hair don't come. We've been going through this. Let me tell you this, and I agree with you completely. Common sense not common. You see, if you guys can understand my frustration, do you know that the children? Have you read the Bible? The children of Israel were in Egypt in bondage for so many years. You know why? Because what they lack was leadership. It's not as if they don't have power. They don't have the resources to get out of Egypt.
Yes.
It's somebody that will tell them this is the way to go.
God.
When Moses came, Moses was not having so much power to come and to destroy the whole of Egypt. But Moses showed them leadership. Follow me.
Yes.
And I'm taking you out of here. Only words of mouth. It takes nothing from our president, from our governor to show us a way. Let me tell you this most interesting thing. If you follow that story, it was not the money of Moses. It was not the effort of Moses. It was the children of Israel that defended themselves.
Yeah.
They fought the war. So the people of Nigeria will fight to get out of poverty. What we need is a leader who understands, who knows the direction to take us. Not a fool. Not some village fools. Some of them are village fools. You understand? I said, most of them, I swear, if me I sit down with the Obaseki, 2 questions I go answer, he go cry before I go leave the office. Why? Because you come to an office and I ask you, do you understand the problem of the state? That's the first thing. If you don't understand it, don't even become a governor. First, you have to understand the problem. If you understand it, then it's a start. Most of them, my people, they don't understand it. If you say, I understand, oh, the problem of government is this, the problem of government is this, there's nowhere there will be no problem. Moses had problem. I always refer to Moses. Moses had enough of problem. But you know what? He keeps his pride. We're going out of Egypt. We're going out of poverty in Nigeria. We're going to be an independent nation. That's the direction we're going to go. And it takes only leadership to get there. No money. Nothing. Because Nigeria have everything we need. We need what? A leader who can tell us where to go like Moses. And that person will be sincere. Not these people now. No, not 70,000 naira minimum wage celebrate. No. I like Bill Clinton's wife when Hillary was contesting. He said, no McCain, no Republican, throw them away. You understand? These are not the people we're waiting for. You see, there's one thing that everything that Bible they sweet me. I go sweet the word of John the Baptist. Is it the one we're waiting for, or we should wait for another? Debbie,
So,
this matter hard because this country, no, it's so hard and it's so simple. Common sense is not common. We live in a country where there's a lot of potential in us. You know why it's so painful? Let me bring this people back. And I want you guys to reason with me before we read the next paper.
Okay,
The truth, Nigerians can create electricity. Is it not true? Because
Yes,
that's why
true.
we have
Yes,
the solar now
yes.
everywhere.
yes.
So
Yes.
it's not as if we cannot create solar. Everybody's not creating solar. What is lacking is doing it together so it is cheaper as a community for everybody. Do you know what cooperative
Yeah.
have done? When I said I took Lagos State University, look at the lecturers today. Most of them now have a car because of cooperative. Quote me.
That's true.
Before they were not able to,
Yes,
they cannot even
yes.
afford their house.
Daddy
You
Chris,
understand? Yes.
sorry to cut you, sir. The
Yeah.
thing is, some years back, I think I was still in the university then, and there's this story about this particular guy that he made a car, and that car runs without fuel, and he brought it to the government. They collected the project from him, and that was the end of it. So I believe it's not that we don't have the capacity to venture into beautiful things and make sure that this country runs smoothly. But the thing is, The leaders that we have are not ready to carry this vision that we have along. So when you think I can
Yes,
produce this, I can
exactly.
do this, you say you want to carry it and give to a leader, they siphon it, and that's the end of it. You don't even know whether that project is going to be done or not. That's the problem we're facing in Nigeria
I
actually.
agree with you. No, and that brings us to because now what this exactly says to what I'm saying. So the potential is there. If a single man could create a refinery, Dangote refinery, Nigerians are celebrating. And
Yeah.
I'm wondering, are these people
Yeah.
sick? And your government cannot create a refinery. All the government need to do is, okay, we're going to do this. I've stopped subsidies. I want all of you to drop 1,000 naira, Nigerians. We're going to have refineries. And that refinery will refine our fuel for us. 1,000 naira per Nigerians. If 1 million of us pay, the government don't get enough money to create refinery for us. They can
True.
take it from our salary. You understand? They can even take it from our salary by force. And they say it is for our own good. What I'm
Yes.
saying is we need a person, we need a leader that have a sense of direction. Most of these people, they come here to please
Yeah.
themselves and they you see,
To
we call them
bad and loot.
toffee ideology. Some of them are toffee ideology. I'm now going to use one story, one instance here now. I beg when I understand this one before we go on a break. I'll take another paper
Okay.
break. If you eat too much sugar, when I see young, me now, if I see sugar, the way they run, you know what? The result of eating sugar is one thing alone. It's going to be diabetes. When you are
That's
my age, eh?
Yeah.
No, ask your parents that they fear sugar die. But shebi na sugar na the sweet pass.
yes.
When you
Yeah.
get to you see, you know what is so bad, what's so sweet? For me now, bitter leaf. If I see bitter leaf soup, the way they eat am, bitter leaf, not be bitter leaf, the sweet pass, but now the sweet me pass now.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Why? Because what is sweet in your mouth is not what is good for your body. It is the duty of the
That's true.
government
Yeah.
Yes.
to communicate.
That's true.
Tell us this we are doing now is for our own good, though. You understand? If we do this, we will get there. If we do this, and things will get better. We can do it, but we need. I know they blame Nigerians, so that's why when people like the Obaseki come, they're going to celebrate 70,000 naira. I say they are sick. More than others. Because it will be bad boys. If you don't know what it takes to lead, like Moses, don't come. Don't waste our time because you're wasting our generation. Me, I don't old now. Few years now I get left. Me, I go see the clap for those kind of people. Umba and I say Botoka. I be how you talk and Debbie.
Mbanu. Yes, sir.
No, no.
That's correct.
All right. So let's take a look at one more paper. We just no, let's take a quick break. When we come back, then we're going to take a look at more papers quickly, so that because otherwise, because this show must end in another 27 minutes. All right, that's the time we have. Let's watch the time. You know, when we talk too much, we forget. Where do we go? Let's take a quick break.
Looking for a home away from home in
All right.
Abuja? Look no further than SRTV Shortlet Apartments. Our fully furnished apartments offers everything you need for a comfortable and relaxing stay. Unwind in spacious rooms with exquisite ambience. Cook delicious meals in our well-equipped kitchen and relax in our comfortable sitting rooms watching your favorite shows. And guess what? 247 Wi-Fi available. But that's not all. SRTV goes extra mile by providing a car to take you around town during your stay. No need to worry about navigating public transportation or hailing taxis. Explore Abuja at your own pace. Book your SRTV Shortlet apartment today and experience the perfect blend of comfort and convenience. You can reach us by calling this number 070-6237-9915 or 080-7082-7331.
All right, welcome back, people. This is Wake Up Nigeria, and I'm here with Edo and Abuja. We've been looking at who is a leader. That's going to be topic really, because perhaps the thing that catalyzes this is we have a good story from Edo State. Minimum wage has been increased to 70,000 naira. The question is that something to celebrate? My young people here said yes, we are celebrating it, and I agree with them. It's a step in the right direction. But hey,
Yeah.
maybe we should ask ourselves, where is the leader of tomorrow? And that's why I said it takes a lot for a younger generation to see how a society needs to be run. And the painful thing, like I keep crying, is Nigerians have it all. because we have enough. The things are there. It's just putting them together. Because if you tell you how many people have powers solar panel in Benin, and so if we put them together, if we have put that money together, the whole Benin would have solar panel. Today, the money they will use to buy fuel to fuel generator in Abuja, if they put that money together, our electricity problem has been solved. So it's just putting it together. It takes a leader to say, no, you're not going to do this in this time. I will defend you against yourself. I will protect you against yourself. This money will go to this. They will cry. They will hate him. But he has a vision. You know what they did? They point the time. They call Moses. Moses, come. Is it not better you leave us there than you have brought us here to come and die? Because there will be hardship. You understand? But the hardship is towards a particular direction. Only the leader need to focus. Keep your eyes on the prize. All right. So before we quickly run away from this thing, I want us to take a look at it together again. There's one story here that is striking for me. Before we move, I don't want to look at the jam story too much, but I want to look at the foreign exchange here. Okay. OPay. What is happening? Those of you and those people that couldn't get the bank, they come up with this OPay pamphlet. Are they closing it? What the CBN government is saying?
I think what the government is saying is that they don't want to allow new accounts at the moment. They have banned new accounts from opening, but it's not affecting old accounts. But they don't want these smaller banks, opening new accounts, having new clients. The reason, I don't know, but for me, I think the bigger banks are going to see the smaller banks as a threat because they make the banking system very simple and easy. And they are not charging so much. If you wake up, if you have a GT, let me not call the name of any bank. GT is also a fast food. So, but if you wake up, you can just see debit from your account. They'll say for this service, for maintenance service, for SMS, for this.
And the anointing, they send you money, they will deduct from your account.
When you receive money from somebody, smaller banks are coming up, and they are not doing all of these things.
Yes.
People are flowing so much in their number into it, and I think that's where the problem is coming from.
I can see that.
I know they want to hide under excuses. Yes, to say maybe they are using it to trade forex, they are using it for crypto, they are using it for fraud. Those are just right now. Somebody that does not that cannot afford some of the criterions that this other bank asks for, they now have bank account with their phone number. Once you have the phone number, you use the same. Yes, you just have an account. So we now have mechanics. We now have people who are not educated at all having their account with their phone. And this thing is really pissing some of these banks off. I think that's where all of this is coming from. So, but what they're saying, they're not asking the banks because yes, people are afraid that if it will affect the money they have there, I don't know. But I don't think,
of course, they are afraid. So. But you know what you said there. That's a very good insight. Before now, in the UK, I don't know whether I don't see London bus. You get one London taxi. Would they call them? If I get the name, would call them for Nigeria.
Yes.
That's one.
Sometimes some of them is deck up and down. Yes, I know it.
No, that's the big one. No, the taxi here is one black. I will bring it on the show tomorrow. Okay. The black taxi here, if you enter in London, as you enter, they go press meter, they read. The drivers in those days will drive you around London. They see where you're going, they will drive you around, charge you ridiculous amount of money. Then something happened, son. Uber came, boat came. Both paralyzed that business in London. Today, only mad people, only top English people will enter this. Unless you are in a mad rush, you will never jump on the black taxi. Now, what happened? Like what you see the banks were doing now. what the taxi association was saying, no, we need to ban this, we need to ban that. They were looking for excuse. They were raping women, this and that. I said, no,
Same thing happening here. You see a lot of persons, they don't use taxi or cab anymore. You just go to your phone,
or use Uber,
or there are different apps now you can even use.
You see, so, that's innovation. Innovation. That is exactly what I'm saying. You see now, Nigerian government, we need to really think. Today, the world is talking about artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
Not be somebody when want to pay 70,000 naira. 70,000 naira Obaseki as you go school rich. No. The world is talking about artificial intelligence.
Which other governor has increased down to 70?
No, okay, you see now. That's why you said it right. You know what they talk? As I'm talking, the governor of Delta State will say, I must talk in home before the matter will finish. You understand?
Your guy,
they wait, say, that the kingdom will end this matter, make it not talk about Asaba. Because they are a disgrace. You understand? We're not saying that we expect more from Obaseki. Those people, they be complete failure. They shit for body. They're not even qualified to be governor in the first place. And you know why? Vision is not money. What I'm even talking about today, it doesn't need money to lead people.
That's true.
What you need is a vision and the understanding, and you communicate it with them. I can promise you, if you tell us today in Nigeria, say if we contribute so amount of money, we will get this, Nigerians will contribute it.
Immediately.
If a government say every Nigerian, okay, wait, if they tell you to bring 5,000 naira today, say electricity go there for Nigeria, won't you contribute?
We gladly,
everybody will gladly contribute to it.
When we are in our, from our different homes, when maybe your transformer develop fault, it's not the government that comes to fix it. They contribute.
Exactly.
It's government property. So if we can do that, we will be willing to even do far more to get permanent life.
Make sure that everybody benefits.
Now you said it all. So the problem is leadership. When I'm talking of complex leadership, not the ordinary one. The kind of leadership that Moses used to take people out of bondage.
I think the major problem with our leaders is that, while they were running their own private businesses, they were not, they have this ownership mentality, because they've been running their business for 40 years, 30 years, but they run it as their own, not for the public. And so when they come to serve the public,
they have that
mindset.
Yes.
Yes.
You're right.
So they think it's their right.
That mindset.
And it is very, very, that's what is killing Nigeria.
Exactly. Understanding the way to move a society forward is a different leadership than the one you used to run your own business.
Very different.
I agree with you.
Very different.
Yeah, I agree. So the understanding of the society, what the society needs, and how do I talk to my people so they follow me. Moses took time to communicate with these people, and they believe in him. We've seen a similar case with Peter Obi, and I cannot end up without talking about the obedient movement. I'm not talking of Peter himself, but a man came in the history of Nigeria that told us, I'm not going to give you money. If you like, vote for me. If you like, don't vote for me. But this is what I'm going to do. When I become president, I'm going to move you from where you are now and put you here. He didn't give us money. We contributed. You understand? Many of us contributed money. In fact, I have a guy here who said he's looking for 20,000 pounds. He's going to give it to Peter. If Peter has open campaign money, he would have raised billions. Why? So the time they say, that Tinubu bought the place. If Peter has started well, Peter would have raised more money than anybody. And if he starts now, Peter would raise money for the next election and buy the whole country. Because he was able to convince us, not because of the money he's going to give to us, but because of the future he was projecting. I will tell this. You know what I said to Peter? Your next campaign should be what? Hope. You understand? The hope you gave us was what motivated us. Not because you're an Igbo man, not because you're a Sultana, not because you're a Christian. No, you spoke as somebody with a vision to move Nigeria from consumption to production. That language alone was a killer. Do you understand?
Yes.
Now everybody's trying to do that. The question is, maybe Obaseki was among not verse Obaseki, but I will use Obaseki again. Obaseki was among those that said, "What is going on in Edo State when the obedient movement was going on?" He said, "Our children, we can't even control them because a parent will be home with children. They will tell you that no,
True.
we are obedient. You understand? And the parents will just keep
Yes.
quiet. You understand? Obaseki was among those. What was Peter saying? Why did you not implement one of them? That's my question. You understand? No, it's okay to say Peter is from another party, but the man did something that your children agree with.
No.
Why you not?
Despite Obi was from another party, I think I've heard of Basek made some good comment about Obi.
Definitely.
You know,
Even if-
yes,
think I
because
heard
the
too.
truth is that man actually was a figure, a symbol of hope.
For
And
us.
every young person around saw it and they understand. When you cannot hide light inside darkness, you can't.
You see
Not
what I'm
possible.
trying to say? I'm only saying that
Yes.
a leader don't need to give us money.
It's the
Peter
vision
did
we
not
need.
have the money.
What are you bringing to the table?
He's only giving us
The
a
vision.
vision,
He
a
saw the
direction.
vision.
Exactly. A direction telling us this is where we're supposed to be, and I
That's
can put you there. We will contribute money. So Nigerian government cannot tell us they don't have money. We will give them money because Nigeria every day.
No.
If I tell you how much we spend, look, this is the most disheartening part. Our children are coming here to study. If I tell you how much Nigeria pays school fees abroad, in the UK, the school fees of a child is 14,000 per annum. 14,000 pounds. 14,000. I don't know if you calculate our money. It's over. Now we're talking about 30 something million, almost 40 million. You understand? 30 something million
It's in
naira
millions of naira.
for one person, for one child. Think the number of children that are here studying, they are paying from the Nigerian account.
25 million.
True.
Thank you. That's the greatest foolishness of our time. When people like Peter come and say, give you a good school, people will come to Nigeria to come and study. In fact, most of us, we want to
This
send
is the
our children
wisdom
home
issue
to
we're
come and
talking
study.
about. Yeah,
You know,
this is
we
the
want a
wisdom issue
Nigeria
we're
where
talking
we can
about.
spend our, most of us, we don't get children here. Most of the children now come home. I can tell you, I have two boys here. They don't come Nigeria. The only thing that can bring them home now, they calculate, say, if I put the children for university there, maybe they'll just get one wife for there. You understand? The woman go hold them there. Otherwise, they won't come.
the grace.
I'm telling you the fact. You understand?
That's called Manita setup. We call that Manita setup.
That's what parents do. You understand? We can't tell them what to do anymore, but you can use certain things. So you pray that these children will come home. We want a Nigeria where we are ready to bring our children home to come and study. Not in Nigeria where Nigerians come and study abroad. That is the vision. People like Obaseki should be. In fact, they put them down. They will cane them every day. If they ask any governor, where's your child, and your child is abroad, now beat him. I'm going to quote me. Any of you in office now that your children is studying abroad, now beat you deserve. Serious one.
No,
Because-
it's a sign of failure, sir. It's a sign of
Thank you.
failure.
So
Yeah.
in my own, if I take this one out, they go
As
hate me
in
for my
school
village.
Here.
My
And
village
you
people,
take your,
yes, my village people
and
don't
you
want to make
take
my
your
children
children
succeed.
out there to study.
Yeah.
It's a failure. And you know what I said? My village people don't want to make us succeed. Today, we see they celebrate leaders. At the time now, I'm not listen. Leaders, when they come do, say, I go house of rep. I bring street light. Say na solar. You understand? Come on. In the 21st century, a leader, somebody will say, I want to go to house of rep. He own now to bring solar. Solar street.
Sir, when it shows what they have upstairs, and now that also revealed to you what is this person going to do in the office. What can this person really offer you to be thinking
Most of
like
them were
this
village
at
fools.
this level, at this stage?
Exactly. They can't start. They cannot even stand where I'm talking because I know. You see, I don't need to talk about money. You can't talk where I talk because where I'm thinking is different from you. It's not about. So any leader when say I put my new governor when the Oboriori enter office, he said he want to do more. You know they call him more agenda. So more of what you go do. I say Kai, charity. This is my people. I say more. Make it construct more roads. More roads. If you see the roads, go and look the road after 2 weeks.
Oh my God.
Terrible.
Go and look the roads after 2 weeks. He said he want to do more. So he's end up now. I saw him. They cut. They know how to give them scissors. They cut rope. Say that they commission nonsense.
Ribbon. Then they cut ribbon. Ribbon.
Thank you, my daughter. They are cutting ribbons. That is what we see. Let's take a look at the other papers before we close this show. Because otherwise we will not have time. Let's take a look at some of the papers quickly, because otherwise I talk too much. Now me the cause. Baby, which other paper are we reading?
The Guardian.
All right, let's take a look at the Guardian.
I think Shalom or Charity should take that, please.
Okay.
Well, actually, we don't have
Okay.
newspaper available to us. Yes.
Okay.
Let me take the Guardian there.
All right.
The big story says debt, market monopoly hurts Nigerians as fuel subsidy backfires. That story is on page 6. We have Nigeria begs US to repatriate more stolen funds. That story is on the news page 3. We have African heads of state canvass $120 billion for continent development. That story is on the news page 5. We have that controversial Lagos to Calabar Coastal Highway project. That story is on page 12. Obaseki announces 70,000 minimum wages for workers. That story is on page 28. We have no vacancies in Aso Rock. Banduje tells Kwankoso orders. That story is on page 5. We have 8 million households to pay more for prepaid meters as NDRC deregulates sector. That story is on page 6. Royal complicity. How monarchs crooked officials fell. Illegal mining, insecurity in Southwest. That story is on page 4. And the last story we have here says EFCC gets nod to freeze 1,146 bank accounts over current exchange crisis. And that story is on page 2 of the Guardian newspaper. That's all the stories we have on the Guardian this morning.
Anyway, you see the two story here. Let's look at the foreign side of stories now. You see, one of them is saying that Nigeria begs US to repatriate stolen funds, and the African head of state, see the story. African head of state canvass for 120 billion for continent debt. This is debt. You see,
Wow.
this
Development, not debt.
Okay, bank development.
Yes.
Yes. Continent development. Yes, whether not debt or development are the same thing. See, this is my problem. You see the problem here? Now, this is beautiful. Two story. Our money has been stolen and kept in America. All right? We are now telling the American government, please help us repatriate the money. Money our brother brought there. Our governors, most of them, when they see the shit from Yashu. That's how they steal our money. They go and put it in America. All of them are guilty of it. There's hardly anybody you see today in Nigeria that doesn't have a home in the US.
True.
Or in the UK. That is one of the pride. To be a House of Rep, to be a senator, to be a governor, you get house for America, you get house for London. Your child go there, your child go there here. That is the future they preach for us. That is the leaders we have. Now, the painful thing is now the whole African head of state are now going to beg for money for development. You see, you know what? I got to tell you this story. Somebody, when we came to Europe, they look for white girls now. So you get one place and they make mouth, and they say, Africa, we are smart. That one guy just they laugh, one white girl. He said, I said, why are you laughing at yourself? He said, no, he's laughing at me. He said, he's smart. Your leader will bring your money and bring it to Europe. The whole country will come and borrow the same money and pay interest on the money.
You can imagine.
The money we are borrowing today is our money.
It's our own money.
If we are paying interest on our money, in fact, I said if you steal Nigerian money, you spend it for Nigeria, your sin is forgiven. But if you take it out, you should be stoned to death. You and your family should be, in fact, maybe exterminate them from the earth. Because you've set a lot of people in poverty. Now the debt of people like Abacha, their loot, is what we are paying now. Because those money are our money. We are paying interest on our own money. Now, African leaders line up so that they go beg America. Say, if you speak the truth against the West, you become president of Africa.
Yeah.
America not get any moral stand to ask African leaders for debt. If we ask them money, they're supposed to give us quick.
Because they are with our money.
No, not only that one, they took us as slaves. We work. They carried us as slaves. They never pay us.
True.
The people are there now. These Olympics you're seeing now, the Olympics that's going to happen now. I tell you, you see the whole people that will do well at the Olympics, they will be Americans. And guess what? 90% will be black.
Yeah.
How many black who go represent Nigeria for this Olympics? More than bring them out.
They are already outside the country.
They don't carry them. If they watch you now, people like Shalom, when he talk like this, they go carry you. Because what they did there, they take what they left was genetic garbage. Now only short people like us, now they live remain. Small people, what they live remain. They carry the you know they say American guys. They tall.
Very hefty.
Huge and tall.
So if you want to look for hefty guys, say the charity that wait a taste of guys. Not be our own. Now those guys, you understand charity, I'm sure you know. No way and it is charity small. So, but the truth is, they left us with genetic garbage.
Yes.
Now, our leaders, when they do the second level of slave trade, they carry the same money, go and move abroad. That is what you saw now. People like fools like them, Abacha, when don't die, go. Shit, they don't rotting. Their iniquities is what we are paying for now. And this will continue if we don't stop people like Yaya Bello from looting. If we don't stop looting in Nigeria, the agony is a cycle.
You just keep on going.
Thank you.
That
is the story of our time, and it's a sad one. That is the part
it's very sad.
We can blame America. Yes, they have their own guilt, but our own people, the sad thing now is they still looting our money. And when I say looting our money, I want to say something here, and the people will not like this. It's not only those that actually steal money like Abacha. When you take the money that you're supposed to train African children, you just send only one child abroad to come and study. You are actually a loot. Let's get it clear. Because in the money that 30 million naira in my village, we build a school. 30 million, use it to pay one child abroad. You are a loot. This is how the slavery started. This is how African agony remain. It's a continuous exercise, my children. We need to address it. So when we look at, say, the person they steal money, don't look at it from now. Look at it from the context of what we have seen on this paper. We are now begging them to bring our money back. Let me say this. One child, one big American footballer, if he's in Nigeria, he win Olympics for us. You know what they bring home? You don't see Usain Bolt house. Usain Bolt, if you see house, if you see these guys, because they are rich, so they can represent only one person that is taken from us as a slave, or we are pushing to go onto the sea, may they call Europe. That child can become something that can change the future of Africa.
Yeah.
We must not allow our children to go into this slavery again. Not be they come they push us now. Now we won't go into slavery now because of what our leaders are causing. That's another angle to this whole story. We need to arrest them. We need to arrest those leaders in Africa. It's a serious matter. And I know you guys will do your own part. This is your time. You know, when I always say this, I always say this is your time. You guys are the future. You know,
in fact, it's my opinion now that we say the youths, they will take over the future. I usually do say that our future has come.
Our future
Because
is now.
our future is now. How long are we going to wait?
That's true.
You know, that's why I will say to every youth on this program right now that, you know, it's not a cause. What I'm about to say is just what will happen naturally. In another 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, we will not have the likes of Tinubu, we will not have them on earth
10
anymore.
years,
Not,
15 years too much for
we will not,
Tinubu, 15 years too much for them. 15
we will
years,
not
Tinubu
have the
don't
likes
go.
of Obasanjo, we will not have the likes of a lot of them.
Buhari goes who go.
You know,
Now let them go
we
here.
will not have the likes of a lot of them. So we should, yes, we should start getting ourselves ready for the job. Because the truth is, we cannot do to our people when we step into leadership the same thing we are experiencing that we're complaining about. Because, okay, now though I'm praising Obaseki for the minimum wage, but the truth is, any money you are paying somebody that cannot meet his basic need, that's slavery.
Thank
It's
you
slavery.
so much.
That's
Any
true.
money you are paying somebody, whether it's your house care, whether it's your worker that is not able to
Their basic
shelter, food,
needs.
Food.
basic need, that's slavery. That's
Thank you.
slavery. And our leaders do not even have the exposure to know this. You know, and it's sad, very sad.
They do.
It's very sad.
They
So
do.
I will speak to all the youth out there. It's time we start developing ourselves. You
And
know,
getting ready.
we must take over the truth is, we must take over, you know, via strategic way of
Planning
doing
and
things.
vision as
It's
well.
not, we don't have to be violent about things. We don't have to come out and block the streets. We can be strategic. We can cause a revolution via, you know, strategic thinking.
Yeah.
It's time we step up. It's time we step up, young people.
That's a good place to end the show. Really, young people, it is your time. It's your time to step up, not aggressive. Because you see, they knew this in those days. Where would they go do? Would they do? Again, one juju, one would they grow up? They say if you put a for if you hit person will your fall. We call them motivation. It's not important now. We're talking about artificial intelligence. You understand? So things have moved. People no more think.
Funny enough, sir, that is science. So it's just that we call it evil. Most of those things that our fathers were doing.
That's another big day.
Witchcraft is
Psychology,
Okay.
because
It's a big topic, son. When in fact, it was the British people that started killing witches. They would say anybody that witch, they go burn them. They were the one that did it. But they soon realized they are stupid. But today, anybody that witch, na bad thing for Africa. Go on there. Go on there.
Daddy Chris, I remember there was a certain time my dad said something. He said that psychology is all about the mind. You just wake up this morning and somebody come and tell you that you are sick. Another person tells you are sick. Before you know what's happening, you yourself you start saying, I'm sick, or it's true, I'm feeling sick. Meanwhile, you are perfectly okay. So it's psychology.
Thank you. Do you understand? So we have
Yes.
to take ourselves out of this mental slavery. If we have any hope at all, it's going to be the young people. Because if you see what the young people have done, like you see now what happened in the music scene, that Nigerian music is now dominating the whole world.
Yeah.
That is a sign that we can
We
take
have great
over.
talent.
You understand? So we can take over maybe through this industrial revolution. Now, the leaders are not even scared to talk to these young boys who are musicians. Davido, they all have their plane. They didn't come to steal government money to get that. You understand? Now they are worried. You understand? Those kind of boys like Davido can sponsor election. See, it's going to happen. You understand?
Yes.
And God have a way of doing things. That is the God I believe in. God turns things around for good.
Yeah.
You understand? Young people.
Yeah.
Young
Preach it,
people,
sir. Preach it. Preach it.
Rise up, Daddy Chris.
the young people, they are going to take it. And the time is now. You started well. The music is a very good example.
Yeah.
And if they give them a chance, even your own is another good one. A time will come, they will take us, and we will know if we don't change. Yaya Bello, those of now when they root, now get story to tell. And I will say let us take a quick look. I want to be careful because I've said too much enough today. So I'm going to say thank you so much for joining the show. It's been a wonderful time. Charity. The times I say charity, not they hear me. Listen,
Ah,
how are you? It's a long show, and normally we said we end the show at this time, and
I
we have
can't
to
hear
be.
you.
You can hear me, and I can hear you all. Can you hear me, Debbie?
Yes, I can hear you very well, Daddy Chris.
Wonderful. So that is a good place to end the show. Thank you for joining the show. Tomorrow we'll do this again, and as we always say, the young people
Yeah.
are the future of today. Not tomorrow. Tomorrow is too late for me. Today. So please
Yeah,
get up,
today.
put things together, understand that what Moses did was not money. Peter Obi did not come with money, but he was able to make a change. Peter may not even know the impact of what he has done. You understand? The thing is bigger than you, Peter. So what you're gonna do is, I want a younger person. Oh, it's my vision that a 28 years old boy, maybe 30, will come out and speak a new change in Nigeria, and we will follow. And everybody will say, okay, until their time has come, and we will put hands up and we'll clap for them, and we'll let them take over things. I think the good thing is, most of these old people like us, we have children. We want them to take over. So it's not a sin if our children take over now. You understand? It's our children. So what's wrong with it? So we can rest, we can have a break and enjoy ourselves. Those children will be able to address the problem of money outside the country. Because I tell you, the money of Africans, the money Nigeria have outside, if they come back home, we are rich. But today we are paying debt for the same money. May God forgive us. Thank you so much, guys. Let's do this tomorrow again. And stay out of trouble. Say hello to Obaseki for those of you beneath.
Thank you, sir.
And, hey, be careful with the
He's our
street
man.
language.
Sure.
I know. Say hello to him. I will see. We'll do this again tomorrow. God bless you all. Good night.
Ooh la la! The second edition of the Nigerian Week London 2024 is here.
It's another blend of art and culture, entertainment, business, and networking activities.
A week-long extravaganza showcasing the best of Nigerian music, dance, craft, fashion, and businesses.
Taking place at the prestigious Lighthouse Theatre, 262-274 Camberwell Road, London, SE5 OAY. Date 22nd to 28 July 2024.
Tickets are available at eventbrite.com. For partnership and sponsorship, please visit superiorradioandtelevision.com.
Or call +4407 459 513 619 or +4420 3623 8755.
Email info@superiorradioandtelevision.com or visit our website www.superiorradioandtelevision.com/Nigerian Week 2024.
Come and experience a nation's culture that resides in the heart and in the soul of its people.
At Srtv Film Academy, our students are not just learners. Through our comprehensive programs and hand-on trainings, they are transformed into confident and skilled professionals ready to face the world of filmmaking and journalism. We offer a range of courses from film acting to cinematography, costume and makeup design, special effects, script writing, directing, and lots more. Take the first step to unleashing your potentials on the big screen. Do well to register with us today. Remember, there is always a professional way to doing everything. Acting is my true passion. I can't wait to dive into the beautiful world of character interpretations. The ability to step into someone else's shoes, feel what they feel, bring their stories to life is an exhilarating experience for me. Srtv Film Academy has a comprehensive curriculum that will help me refine my acting skills, explore different acting techniques, and of course, help me find my unique voice as an actor. I am so ready to take on any role, embrace any challenge, and make my impact in the world of film.
Cinematography has always fascinated me, and I am thrilled to be able to hone my skill at Srtv Film Academy, and I can already envision myself behind camera capturing electrifying, breathtaking shots that will leave the audience in awe. Yeah, for real.
Being a part of SRTV Film Academy means I get to take my love for makeup to a whole new level. Special effects makeup is like magic, I tell you. Allow me to create scars, wounds, and fantastic creatures. You know, I can't wait to learn to use the art of prosthetic to create imaginary world. And all hands on deck and guidance from professionals at SRTV Film Academy will help refine my skill and turn my passion into a career. I'm eager to unleash my creativity and make a lasting impression in the world of film and television.
As someone who is passionate about reporting and journalism, I am more than thrilled to be part of this prestigious academy. I can't wait to learn how to effectively communicate or engage with viewers through reporting and storytelling.
SRTV Film Academy Abuja, enroll today!
We're gonna shoot you!